And this one involves you using all of your knowledge about how texts are set out, the layout and what they contain. Can anybody have a guess what that might be? Reese? Structure questions. They're about the structure of the text. So it's all about how it's put together. So we've got here 4 separate statements, and we've got to work out which order they appear in the text. Now the first one's been done for us. The first one says a brief history of wind turbines, and that's number 1. We've got to put the other 3 in order. We've got Mr. Bell's thoughts after the meeting, Councillor Jake Roberts' view, or the details of Mr. Bell's speech. Now what I would do if I was answering this question is I would find those 3 things, highlight them in the text, and then you can fill them in the order as which they appear as you scan down the page. So can we find those 3 things and see which comes next? But we don't need to find the history of the wind turbines, we know that comes at the beginning. So we're looking for Mr. Bell's thoughts after the meeting, the views of Councillor Jake Roberts, and the details of Mr. Bell's speech. Have you found all of them, Tanjeed?
Yes.
You found all 3? Where do they appear in the text then? Which is the one that appears first if we scan down?
Oh wait, the details of Mr. Bell's speech.
Right then, can you show us where we might find the details of his speech?
Mr. Bell's speech was short but clear. We cannot continue creating pollution. Our wind farm will make pollution-free electricity for the people of Little Crampton and beyond. That means that your children will be breathing cleaner air and your electricity will be environmentally friendly.
Do we agree with him? Do we think that's the next one to appear? So what number will be writing on that one? If 1's already been filled in, we'd write number 2. So after that, we've got the details now then. We need Mr. Bell's thoughts and Councillor Jake Roberts' views. So does the councillor have a view before Mr. Bell has thought about what he said in the meeting, or is it the other way around? Let's see if somebody else can find it. Tanjeed, you're on fire today. So we're looking for Mr. Bell. Here's his speech. You're looking for a reference that shows the meeting has happened. So what happens afterwards? What have you found, William?
It says that after the meeting, Mr. Bell told us.
Super. Mr. Bell told us. So are they Mr. Bell's thoughts? They are, aren't they? So that would be 3rd. Just to double check, I wouldn't always assume that what you're left with is last. I would always make sure it actually is. So can we find Councillor Jake Roberts' views? Reese?
It says Councillor Jake Roberts told us.
Okay then, and then what follows?
These types of things quickly become tourist distractions, and that brings money into the villages.
Yeah, thank you. I meant what follows. You could have just said what he says, but instead you give me the perfect quote, good boy. That's exactly what he said, so it's what he thinks. So that would be number 4. Right, well done. We'll leave it there.